Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl, Savannah Smiles. So, as much as I would like to say that this title is clickbait, I cannot because I will be going in and getting surgery next month and I am absolutely terrified of it. In regards to this right now, there's just a lot that I'm dealing with emotionally. I'm feeling really relieved and excited to be better, but I'm also really terrified and just stressed out over this whole thing because the idea of going under and surgery and the recovery process is going to be rough. There's been a lot I've been dealing with in regards to my ailment, both on and off camera, and now my upcoming surgery, which is in less than 3 weeks. And I feel the need to talk about this with you guys because A, you guys are awesome and you're so supportive, and I feel like I kind of need that support right now, but also because it's going to impact my channel and some of the ways I'm putting out content. So I wanted to sit down with you guys and kind of let you in on what's been going on. I know right now your biggest question is why. The short answer is that I've had this chronic issue I've been dealing with for a really long time, and it has really impacted my ability to live my life. Besides this other issue, I am pretty healthy individual, and I'm constantly just scheduling my life around how much pain I can tolerate, and I'm always living in a state of pain, and I don't want to do that anymore, and it's getting to a point where it's getting worse, and now I'm putting myself at really high risk for causing permanent damage that I would have to live the rest of my life with. Surgery for me and my condition was the last resort option, and now we're here, and the fact of that alone also just adds to my fear because this was my last resort, and now I'm here at my last resort. So for many years, and I've kind of mentioned before, alluded to before, I competed as a long distance runner, and I absolutely loved it. Unfortunately, I had also very flexible joints, and my right ankle suffered a lot of twists, rolls, and sprains due to the joints being very flexible and running on terrain that wasn't very smooth. I have probably twisted my ankle more times than I can remember or even count, and that is what caused me to get to this point. Slowly over time, my ankle got worse, and my last year of running, I could not run as long as distances as I could before without causing myself extreme pain. I thought, truly, because I was dumb and naive, that my ankle would get better once I stopped running, and then I would be able to go back to running. And now I work remote. I don't drive anywhere. I don't walk anywhere. I don't run anymore, and it has gotten so much worse than it was before. For me, losing my ability to run and walk and hike has been really depressing for me because it was a really good way for me to process my emotions and what was going on, and just overall a really good form of exercise. And I've been really sad that I can no longer do those things I used to do. The hard thing for me is that I have tried so many alternatives. I've tried physical therapy twice a day, 5 days a week for 10 months. I have tried being in a boot. I've tried doing every exercise that was given to me. I've gone to sports medicines, doctors. I've gone to therapists. I have gone to everything, and nothing is healing it, and non-invasive ways of healing are going to work. So now we've hit that extreme option of surgery, and that is terrifying for me. For one, I am absolutely just terrified of going under. You hear those horror stories of people getting knocked out with anesthesia and then they don't wake up, and that scares me. The recovery process, I'm gonna have to be immobile for 2 months, and that's scary to me. I don't want to have to struggle to get up to go use the restroom or to take a shower. I'm not going to be able to shower normally for a very long time, and the thought of having all this extra stuff on my plate and being a burden to those around me, it scares me. I don't want to do that to everyone around me. And then knowing what the actual surgery itself is terrifying. They're going to be going into my ankle, removing scar tissue, and then taking a ligament that I have chronically tore and reattaching it to my bone. There's no way that any of you guys listening to this do not hear that and go, oof, Because when he said it to me too, I was like, oh my gosh, that sounds terrifying. I know it will all be fine and the doctors know better than I do, but that sounds so scary to me. And on the point earlier of being immobile, I am terrified of being a burden to those around me. I don't want to have to ask someone every single time I need to go to the grocery store for a small little thing. I won't be able to cook like I was before. I won't be able to help clean as much. I won't be able to really even shower like before. I'm sure a lot of this, I'm going to be relying on Graham, my mom, and others around me to help me with a lot of these things, and I don't want to feel like a burden to anyone. And while my recovery process is probably not going to be the worst thing in the world, and it is only temporary, it still does scare me. For content on the channel, there's definitely going to be an impact, and I'm going to have to pre-film some of that, and it is contributing to some of my stress pre-surgery. I want to give myself proper time to be able to recover before getting back on my feet or getting back where my ankle maybe isn't necessarily elevated and filming content. For content on the channel, there's a lot of things in regards to that are stressing me out. For one, I want to get far enough ahead that I give myself proper time to recover after the surgery. So I feel stressed that I have less than 3 weeks to get myself over a week ahead. And then I also feel stress over not knowing how some of my content is going to adapt. I don't even know if I'll be able to do shopping hauls or vlogs or how I will adapt around it, but since I will be immobile, the not knowing for me is stressful. But ultimately, this is all temporary, and I know that the next 4 to 5 months is going to be probably pretty rough, but it's going to be worth it in a year from now when I'm able to live completely the same as any other person would. The added stress of everything I'm going through, the temporary immobility, the pain that I'm going to feel from getting operated on, and everything like that is only temporary. And I know I will be okay, and that I'm actually going to be better off for putting myself through this. I won't have to deal with this forever. I really thought for a very long time that this was just going to be life as it is for me. So I do feel, over all of these negative emotions, I do feel extremely relieved. I'm excited for the day when I'm not canceling plans due to pain. I'm excited for the day I come in from a 3-mile run and Graham asks me how it was. I'm excited for the day where I can take Bailey for long walks, and I'm super excited for all that to come. Until then, I know it's going to be a rough recovery process, but you guys will be taken along on that journey and see how it goes. I hope for anyone else who may be dealing with something similar, that they know that, you know, it's scary, but you'll be better off for it. And until, you know, I'm better and all of that, you guys will be right along here with me on this journey. And for now, that's all I have to say on this. But with that said, let's just end the video right here, and don't forget to end the video.
Hey guys, this is really difficult for us to say, but you're going to figure it out at some point. Macy is a lizard.